Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome back, everybody, to the Members Pod. We got John joining us. We got Christy from her lovely office in Wisconsin, as you can tell by the badger over her shoulder. And then we got Ben, the man McNally, joining us from the New England area. How you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing
How you
good.
doing, Kyle?
Fighting through some
Awesome.
more snow because we haven't had
Yeah.
enough snow this winter at all.
No, you definitely have not had enough. It's not been a typical New England winter for you, right? It's been kind of mild. Yeah.
Yeah, run of the mill, you know.
So as you can tell, for those watching, Paul is not with us, our normal host, and he gave me a list of topics to talk about. And here's that list, and we're just going to get rid of it because if he didn't join us, then we don't go by his list. So, in typical non-Paul fashion, we're going to get something out of the way and do a little housekeeping. So, we're going to start off with the sponsors. So, you guys all know, but I'm going to let everybody know. If you're in the Lancaster area and you need a haircut, stop by Sparrow Hair Studios and see our girl Lean. Let her know you're a part of the network and she'll give you a discount. I'm not allowed to tell you what that discount is because, as you can tell, John stopped there and she barely cut his hair. So I don't know what kind of discount it was, but you do get some type of discount. Then we also have Lotwin, and I know Christy's a big fan of Lotwin. Lotwin, you can get your hype chain for any occasion. So if you want to promote the World Baseball Classic that's going on right now and get a big Dominican team chain, you can do that. You can get a Team USA chain if you want, but they're probably not going to win, so you might want to stick with the winners. But you can get a big hype chain to rock wherever you want to go, and it's TCCPOD. And Christy, what percentage off do you get?
You get 10% off.
There you go. You get 10% off. It's amazing. It's amazing. I know we have a lot of them floating around this network, so please feel free to join that and work with Lotwin. And then last but not least, we have this day in Philly sports history, Mr. Jim Montgomery. I know he's either at baseball practice or basketball practice, even though he promised us he'd be able to join the members pod come the turn of the year. He hasn't joined one damn episode. He won the Fantasy Football League this year, hasn't joined anything. So kind of done giving him his shout outs, but actually he started off March doing women's appreciation. He did Black History Month for February, and he's all talking about Philly athletes and this day in sports. So it's pretty cool. So check him out wherever you can get your pods. So with that being said, I touched on it, but I want to get you guys' take on the World Baseball Classic. It officially kicked off today with some exhibition games. USA played the Giants, and I believe they won. I'm not positive. I believe they won. I saw Harper got a double. Aaron Judge hit him in after that. And then I had to leave to pick up my son, and I didn't really watch the rest of it. But one thing I'll say, I saw Bryce Harper standing next to Aaron Judge, and he made Bryce Harper look like a 3-year-old standing next to an adult. And Bryce Harper's not a small athlete. Like, Bryce Harper's a pretty, nice, normal-sized athlete that you would consider for, professional sports. And Aaron Judge just made him look tiny. Absolutely tiny. And I just can't get over it. I can't get over it. So I want to get your take. I know, Christy, you've been hot on this, and we were talking about the Dominican game, and we thought the Tigers were going to have a chance. They started off strong, and then I think it was 3 home runs in a row where Dominicans just stepped up and were like, yeah, we're just gonna do what we do. So what is your take? Do you think anybody can actually take out the Dominicans?
Well, first I saw Cal standing next to Aaron, and he makes the big dumper look small. So I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Small dumper.
Yeah, the big dumper.
Little Tonka truck.
That broke my heart seeing those two standing next to each other. I was just like, ugh, one of you just needs to go away, but it's okay. It's okay. We all know how I feel about
Not my MVP. Not my MVP.
Not my MVP. Definitely not. Yeah, this Dominican game, I've been dying to see this team play together, and I was a little nervous in the first couple innings. Like I said, Detroit was looking decent, and I was like, okay, well, Detroit's gonna be one to watch this year. And then the Dominican opened it up and tied it 6-6, and then we had a home run with 2 on base, I do believe, and then the next batter home run, and now it's 12-4. So, yeah, that Dominican team is stacked and loaded. I mean, Soto, everybody, it's fun to watch them.
It's like every time I turn around, there's an all-star like at a position on their team, and I'm like, I didn't even know he was Dominican. Like I didn't even know. I just knew he was really good at baseball.
I told you guys, man, that roster is so stacked, and unless something crazy happens, I mean, my top 3 are the U.S., Japan, and the Dominican. I mean, I think those are the 3 strongest teams that are in there. I really feel like it probably would be Japan, like Japan and the Dominican, I think are the 2 to beat, to be honest. I mean, I want to say that the U.S. is up there, but these 2 teams, man, they're just...
Well, all depends on the pitching for U.S., right?
And that's what it's been. And, like, I don't know if it's because it's just an exhibition game, the way they're rotating through pitchers right now, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, Scooball is going to only start 1 game, and he's only going to throw like 50-something pitches, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird.
Well, they went 10 innings, too, so that messed me up.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't understand that.
And I walked back out into the bar, and I'm like, wait, they're winning, like, hugely. Why are we in the bottom of the 10th? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's a 10-inning exhibition game. They said that in the 8th inning. I'm like, that's crazy, but okay.
Right.
Why, though?
I know
that doesn't make any sense at all.
I have no idea. No idea. Had no idea. They said they announced in the 8th. Well, we're going through 10 on this one, and I was like, oh, okay, sure.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Alrighty.
You don't think you don't give Team Italy a shot with Aaron Nola, who's never been to Italy, being one of their aces, and then they even asked him in an interview. I think he was on he was either Pat McAfee show or the Barstool show, and they were interviewing these guys, and they were like, "Have you ever even been to Italy?" And he goes, "No, never been there." And then I saw today in their Italy like team uniforms, Jorge Posada is on the Italian. He's one of the assistant coaches. I didn't even know he was friggin' Italian. Right?
Yeah,
Jorge Posada is
was
wearing Italian. Exactly. I'm going right there with you, Ben. That's what I thought too. But he apparently maybe managers and coaches of the teams don't need to be that nationality. I don't know. I have no idea.
Possibly.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I think they need to kind of change these eligibility rules. I mean, Jaron Duran is on Team Mexico. I had no idea Jaron Duran was Mexican at all.
Me either.
Did you guys think Randy Arozarena was Mexican?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's more of an argument, but like, what is the criteria? Like, my great grandfather on my dad's side and my second cousin twice removed was an immigrant from this or the other. It's like, were you born here or were you born in that specific country? That should be it.
And you can't even say, like, have you ever been there? Because Nola's never even been to Italy. He's probably never even eaten Italian food, and he's playing for Team Italy.
That's so sad. I've never been here to represent this country.
Right. And like, it threw me off in the Olympics, too, with the skier, the freestyle skier, what's her name, Quo or something like that. But it is 100% American, but she was skiing for Team China because that's where she's technically from. And I'm like, she speaks perfect English. Like, she could be an English teacher. She speaks so elegant. Like, there's literally no accent, no nothing. Like, you expect, like, when they interview, like, these Olympic athletes and, like, especially when they're over there in Europe, like, you hear sometimes they need translators, sometimes they need everything else. Nope. She's up there just speaking like it's English class. And I'm like, I didn't even know. I would have never pegged her for being, a Chinese athlete. I had no idea. I don't even understand how any of that works anymore. I don't understand it.
We should probably stop before we all get canceled.
Yeah, I can see our producers like he already stopped recording because he's like, this is getting sketchy. This is getting sketchy. He's like, move on to another topic.
We're not getting sketchy. We're just questioning how people represent other countries.
We don't know the criteria. We don't know
we
what
would love
qualifies.
to be a fly on the wall in the room when they're deciding, sure, that person can play for that country.
Right.
And why?
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's like Embiid playing for the USA though in the Olympics. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I mean, you were in America, but you don't. No, you're not from America. You should play for your own country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, couldn't agree
I'll
more.
never understand it. I'll never understand it. With that being said, I guess we will shift gears so we don't get canceled. And here's the thing: we don't have Paul this week, and we're still skating that line of potentially getting canceled. Isn't that crazy?
He looms over us no matter.
He's rubbing off on us. Make it stop.
It's crazy. So I did want to throw this out there. I brought this up, I think I might have brought it up last week, but I can't remember. So I saw St. John's played UConn about a week and a half ago, and St. John's made 2 shots. They made 2 shots in the second half. That was it. They went 2 of 28 in the second half. Jeez. They went 17 minutes, the final 17 minutes, without making a shot from the field.
Has to be a record or something.
I'm sure Rick Pitino loved that. I'm sure he had nothing to say after the game to them whatsoever.
It was insane. So he had threatened. He made a you know how Pitino is. He made a jokey comment, and he was like, "If we go through a stretch like that again, I may start fining my players for missing shots."
Fair.
I don't see a problem with it. You go 17 minutes without making a shot from the field, and you're a college athlete that's getting paid. Yeah, you probably should get something. You should get fined.
Performance review. Poor performance.
Right.
You want to make that money? You want to earn that? Perform, or else we're going to get someone who can.
Yeah.
Don't give a damn about your education.
Yeah, we talked about that too. The student athletes, right? They're not students.
Yeah.
They're just athletes now. That's it. That's it. They're just athletes.
You got to put the term student athlete in the Smithsonian. It doesn't exist anymore.
Right. Well, the thing that threw it off for me was, what was the quarterback from Ole Miss, Chambliss, trying to get his 6th year of eligibility. Beck, the quarterback from Miami, just finished his 6th year. I think he was in college for 7, but he had to redshirt 1 year for injury. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Did you see the dude from USC? The forward from USC is 26. And there's some people that are arguing he might not be 26. He might be 32 and have a family of 4.
Yeah. They said he has like 3 kids.
Like, what?
That's insane.
What are we doing right now?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? That's like, remember back in the day, the Little League World Series with Danny Almonte from the New York team. He was like, oh, he's an 11-year-old. He was like 17.
Yeah.
And we were wondering why, like, he was throwing like 90 miles an hour. We're like,
he was like 6'1". He was like 6'1".
or in the bench warmers, I am 12.
Yeah.
Seems legit to me. Starts cranking homers as he's like smoking a cigarette, rounding the bases, twirling whatever country's flag he had.
Yeah,
love
dude,
that.
I couldn't, when I was reading the article on the USC guy, I was like, what? And then it's like social media accounts have said that they need to see a copy of his birth certificate because they think he might be 32 and a family of 4 with 4 kids. And I'm like, what? It's just, that's college sports right now. Like, you don't know how old these guys are. I don't think anybody cares.
It's all about the money. The almighty dollar.
I mean, what happened to just 4 years of eligibility? Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, you had 4 years. Once you played 4 years, regardless if you were going to grad school or anything else, didn't matter. You only had 4 years of eligibility, and once you were done, you were done.
Yep.
Well, there was probably like certain situations where they like got hurt or there was something going off the field, because then you get your redshirt freshman, your 5th year senior. Like, now we just got to get a turn for everybody.
Yeah,
we got to make
it 4 years. 4 years. If you get hurt, tough shit, because that's what happened. When you get hurt in the NBA or the NFL, you're just SOL.
Christy, what if there's a global-wide pandemic like there was 5-6 years ago? Is that not an excuse? That affected everyone.
I mean, that affected everyone. But I mean, we still had a bubble NBA championship, so I mean, you can figure it out.
Which there is an asterisk.
There's something that's across the board, okay, but when you start doing, like you said, you're a redshirt freshman, you're a 5th year senior, okay, but when you're a college athlete, you have 4 years that you can play. That's it. Done. No more.
That's what it should be.
If only it were so simple.
I mean, so many things can be so simple, but then everybody's like, oh, but you got to make an exception for this person, and now you have to do it for that person, and then you get this, and then everybody gets a participation trophy, and then here we are.
Yep. Once you open the door with one exception, the door never closes again.
Right.
Right. And that's exactly what happened. Ben, you brought it up with the medical exemptions and the medical red shirts. Once they medically redshirt for a year, and like they used to lose that year of eligibility, then there was a lawsuit. They sued. The NCAA granted that they were allowed to have a medical red shirt. Then it used to be you can transfer schools one time in your college career. You can transfer once, but you have to sit out a year before you can play. They sued on that. Now you can transfer 17 times. It doesn't matter. And you can play right away. What? When did that happen? Like, why? Why would that happen? Like, you can't. This isn't free agency. You shouldn't be able to just select where you want to go. Like, and that's essentially what it is. You know,
this is why I stay out of college sports, aside from the national championship and March Madness, because it is just a rabbit hole I do not even want to go down.
Yeah.
That's same with me. I don't.
Speaking of that, we're getting ready to head into March Madness, the most beautiful time of the year. You know, for those that celebrate. So happy March. And I think honestly this year is wide open. I think there's probably 8 to 10 teams that could legitimately win it all. I think there are a couple favorites. And I hate to say this, but I think Florida right now, the defending champs, are playing really damn good. As a Kentucky fan, it kills me to say that, but they're playing really good. And at the end of the day, I don't care who wins as long as it's not Duke. Like, that's kind of where I'm at, right? Like, it's anyone but Duke. I used to do a March Madness bracket pool on CBS Sports, and you always had to have a password, and my password every year was Duke will lose. That was it. Everybody knew that was the password. Duke will lose, and it's still always going to be in my head. As long as Duke loses, I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, yeah, would I love Kentucky winning it all? Sure. Is it realistic? No, not at all. Not at all. But as long as Duke loses, I'm good. I'm good. And I hate to say that because they're a good team this year, right? I think they have a legitimate shot at winning it all. But the coach has a punchable face. Their players have a punchable face. It's almost like it doesn't matter who's the coach at Duke. Like Coach K left and now Shire's in there, and he has a punchable face. He complains about people storming the court, says that he got beat up, his coaches got beat. Like I can't. It's just I'm tired of the crybabiness in Duke land. You know,
that specific scenario I could see from both sides. I'm surprised there hasn't been more storming the court like incidents or injuries over the years. Like just think about that. Like all the fans are allowed to go onto the court where the other team is there, and they can say and do whatever they want.
Yeah,
like it's awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's like one of the best things about sports. But like, how is that allowed? Like what happens if like something happens? Like God forbid, like someone brings a weapon and like that scenario happens, and then they get all like jumbled up, and who knows what happens?
Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah. I'm the old school mentality on it, like the football adage, like, oh, he was, you know, I can't believe they ran up the score and scored a touchdown. You don't want me to score? Stop me, right? So you don't want, if you don't want my fans to storm the court, don't lose. Don't lose.
Like, don't let me win.
My fans aren't going to storm the court if you whoop me by 20. Like they're not celebrating that. So you know, that's how I've always been. But like. When the coach complains about it publicly like that, all you're doing is just the next time a team beats you, it doesn't matter if it's like the number 1 versus number 2 team. Those fans are storming the court because you're a crybaby about it. They're purposely going to do it now.
You know? And you can bet some of them are going to be on Instagram Live or TikTok, and they're going to be recording it, and they're going to want to do something that gets thousands and thousands of views. Yep.
Trying to get a paycheck, and hopefully somebody takes a swing at them. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for.
And more likely somebody will.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially if after they lose, like you won't even have to say anything like disparaging. Like you won't have to be real nasty with them. You could just say, "Ha ha, you lost," and they'll take a swing at you. I guarantee it. Because we've all been in that situation. Like, we've all been athletes. You lose a game, especially if it's like a last-second loss or something like that, heat of the moment. Oh, my God.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is talk to anyone or deal with anyone, especially a screaming fan of the other team just getting all up in your face.
With a camera phone.
Exactly. And I'm sure they're not sober, right? I'm sure they've had a little bit to drink, so because they're college kids. So it's not going to end well. It's not going to be pretty.
I think my heart rate is spiking just talking about this. Like,
Ben's having a full-blown anxiety attack over here.
He's sweating.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
Maybe it's the winter hat that you're wearing right now inside.
Yeah. It's March 3rd, and I still need to wear this. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kyle, I have to ask you, because I'm the queen of petty when it comes to filling out my brackets. Are you able to pick Duke to win if they're legitimately going to win when you fill your brackets out? Or do you have like a petty bracket where you're like, nope, screw Duke and I'm done?
So I always do multiple brackets, and I always have a bracket where, well, I can't say one bracket, but yeah, I have a chance to always hedge my bets where if I think Duke can actually win, I may pick them to win in a bracket, but the other like 19,000, I will pick them to lose. And I'll be okay throwing away that money as long as Duke loses. You know,
I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm super petty when I'm like, I can't. I'm a Tar Heels fan. I can't pick Duke ever. It's like I feel like just wrong about it. I'm like, I'll lose money over it. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll probably pick them to go to like the Final Four, depending on like what's in the bracket and stuff. But like, I won't be upset if they lose, right? So like, if I pick them to go to the Final Four and they get knocked out in the second round and it busts my bracket, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm not going to be upset. If it costs me a chance at winning money, but it makes sure Duke doesn't win the national championship, that's a small price to pay. Small price to pay for me.
I was just curious if anybody else felt that way.
1,000%. As a Kentucky fan, I will never pick Loserville to win a national championship, even if they were 40-0 and the odds-on favorite to win it. I will bet against them any day of the week, and that's just how I am. Yeah, I'm definitely petty when it comes to that stuff. So I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Good.
It's just smart fandom, in my opinion. That's what it is. You know, I would second guess you if you didn't do that, especially you being a Tar Heel.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, I don't watch a lot of college basketball, but how's Michigan State this year? Because I feel like every year Michigan State makes it to like minimum Elite Eight every year of the tournament. They're always like going far.
They're okay this year. They're solid. They started off the year a lot better, then a couple of injuries happened, but they always make a run. Tom Izzo's a great coach.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. They're Sweet 16, Elite Eight, at least down to there every year. Yep. And it's just like out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be like you used to be able to go, all right, Michigan State, Duke, Kentucky, like North Carolina, those four, Kansas, 5 teams are guaranteed they're going to make the Sweet 16. Oh, and Gonzaga. Gonzaga always makes the Sweet 16. Right? They made the Sweet 16 like I think some absurd number like 10 or 12 years in a row. It's crazy. So it's like a sure bet that you could always, if you ever go through and pick the Sweet 16, 5 or 6 teams that have been in it like for the last X amount of years, you could always guarantee it. And then there's a couple like oddball ones depending on the seedings and depending on how the brackets are.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's going to be a fun March Madness, to be honest with you, though, because there's just a lot of X factors out there, and are we going to see a lot of these freshmen play? Are they going to opt out because they want to go for the draft? Like, there's a lot of talks about that. Like the guy Peterson from Kansas is like half in, half out, like throughout the whole season. So when he plays, he's undeniably the number 1 overall pick in the draft. But is he going to play in the tournament? Like, what are you going to get out of him? Are you going to get like the guy that's the number 1 overall pick? Are you going to get the guy that just cares about his money next year? You know, you have no idea. No idea. So
I guess it'll depend on how the game's going.
Pretty much.
If they're down 30 at half, see you never, Kansas.
Tapping out. Yep, tapping out.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm okay with too because I can't stand Kansas. Bill Self has a punchable face.
Who's a dark horse? I saw the other day, Miami of Ohio, still undefeated. Like, Miami of Ohio? Like, what sport are we playing here? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
It's not Wally Serbiak playing for Miami of Ohio back in the day. That's their big
Wow.
claim to fame, Wally Serbiak. So
Good shout. I had no idea he went there. Thank you. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And here's the thing. They're 29-0, but they played nobody. They beat a team by 2 points that lost to a D2 school.
So wait, they're the Patriots of the NCAA right now?
Whoa, hey, whoa.
Love you, Ben.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Christy, you can get off the bandwagon. You were on the bandwagon for a few weeks. You can get off now.
I was pulling for my coach, but you still got to go on. I called you out on that on strength of schedule when it happened. So
Hey, I was saying it all year too.
I know.
But I could also not argue with the results.
That's impressive. Well done, Chris.
True.
Well done.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
So to answer your question, I think Iowa State is a potential dark horse. Alabama is the leading scoring team in the country. They don't play much defense, but they can put up 90-plus points, and they're the number one three-point team in the country. So Alabama's a dark horse. I don't think they can win it all, but I think they can make a deep run probably to the Final Four. But quite honestly, I don't think a dark horse is going to win it all this year. I think it's going to be it's either going to be Duke, UConn, Florida, Arizona, Michigan, like one of those like 5 or 6 teams. Because there's tiers, right? And those 6 teams are in that top tier. And then it's kind of like everybody else. And, seeing what Michigan, Arizona, and even Duke has done to teams this year that are ranked in the top 10 and like they beat them by 30, that it just shows you how much better they are than everybody else, But we know what happens in March. Anything can happen. So,
oh yeah,
madness. I'm pissed. I didn't request the first 2 days off of the tournament. I got to work both days.
Every year. Every year.
I feel a cold coming on.
Yeah, every year, man. That Thursday and Friday.
I haven't called out for a while. I'm hoping I'm actually sick. I don't like to eat. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Never say never.
Game time decision. I'll try to eat extra Chipotle the night before.
There you go. Well, and that's one of those excuses that nobody can really question. They're not going to ask for physical evidence. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to be like, oh, I need a doctor's note. How do you explain that?
And if they do, well, I guess I'm going to be digging in my toilet and putting it in a bag.
Well, you can always show up and then say you got a stomach bug and leave early. You can always pull that. So at least you show up, but at least
true,
you get out of there.
Yeah. You really got to sell it. You got to go back and forth to the bathroom, even if you don't have to.
Yeah.
So I'll help you on selling this.
Yeah,
there you go.
First game tips off around like 12:15. Perfect.
Yep,
perfect.
Right as lunch is starting.
Yep.
Man.
All right.
We got to make sure. We got to make sure this doesn't air in 2 weeks. So
I know. Right?
Ben,
I'm playing
really sick?
I'm playing with fire right now.
It was premeditated. He was going to do this.
Hey, man. Anything for the madness.
Mm-hmm.
Those first 2 days out of the whole year for sports, any sport, college, pro, are like the best sports days of the year.
Oh yeah.
No, like I can't speak for Kyle, but for like a lot of people, like I'm a fair weather college basketball fan. I have no investment in anybody, but I can still just appreciate just sitting on the couch for 12 straight hours watching nothing but college basketball and these 18, 19, 20-year-olds just going at each other. You know, it's awesome.
Dude, I
Especially
come to
when
my
there's
basement.
upsets.
I come to my basement and I have 4 TVs down here, and then I pull the iPad out and I have all the different games going on, and I usually have golf because that's usually one of the better golf tournaments of the year too. I think it's the Players Championship. No, the Players Championship is next weekend. So whatever tournament it is, the weekend of that opening March Madness weekend is just like it's absolute chaos down here. And I'm like, don't bother me. This is where I'm going to be. We usually start off the Thursday and Friday at PJ Willihan's, which is like a sports bar like Christie's, where it's just like TVs everywhere, food and everything. And it's just pure chaos. Pure chaos.
Excellent.
And we've
Sounds
done
like
that
paradise to me.
Dude, it's
March
awesome.
Madness is amazing. I mean, our tables, we let you book a year in advance, and I've had the same groups every year on Thursday. I walk up to all the tables. I'm like, are you guys in next year? They're like, yep. Every year on Friday, I walk up to the tables. I'm like, you guys in next year? They're like, yep. So people be like, hey, can I book a table for March Madness? I'm like, somebody's got to die or we've got to make them ringing mad in order for you to get a table, because I am booked until somebody tells me I'm not coming back. So the only seats you can get are around the bar, first come, first serve.
That's actually incredible. I wish that the places near us did that, because every year we're in a different spot. Like we all have a spot because I get there as soon as they open, and I'm just like, nah, you can't sit here. I'm saving this. Like this is all me. But I wish that they did that, because we've been doing this for so long that like it's legitimately the same thing. We usually roll, I don't know, John, what is it, like anywhere from 10 to like 20 people.
I was just say like 15. Yeah, like 15,
Yeah.
20 usually.
Because like there's some of us that'll be there from like tip off till the last game starts, and then there's other people that come in and out all day. Like some people can't get off early, they work, all that
rotation,
stuff.
like,
Yep.
It's a blast. And the upside games are what's fun, is when you have a 12 take down a 7 or 12-5, whatever the matchups are, stuff like that. Like that stuff is so much fun when you watch those upsets and everything. And you can tell, because like being in the bar, obviously I'm here for March Madness because it's chaos. And we've got all the TVs and all the games going, and it's just so crazy because people, all of a sudden you see everybody turn in one direction, and then we have to quick change to the big screen because that's where, a 12's about to upset somebody, and everybody's like, oh my God, I picked that one. Everybody's like, oh, this is my upsets bracket where I only pick upsets, and we got 10 liners going. It's crazy. Everything's going everywhere here. So yeah, it's so much.
Oh yeah. People are betting on the games. You're like cheering with people you've never even met. That's the best thing about sports. Is
everybody's running around and high-fiving.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome. Well, I do a block pool every year. So it's like the Super Bowl block pool, but it's with college basketball. So you get 2 numbers for the winner and loser, and those are your numbers throughout the entire tournament. So every game at that point matters. Every game matters because you could legitimately win every game. We've had some people win, I don't know. I mean, last year there was somebody that won like 6 times. And each round is a different payout, right?
Wasn't me.
For capital gains. No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. And it's just it's fun because like people will message me and they're like, I don't know anything about college basketball, but this sounds like fun. Can I get in? And I'm like, yeah, because it makes it fun. You don't need to know anything about college basketball. You just look at the scores and go, oh, I won. That's great. So it makes those experiences, like every single game is like what you just described at the bar. Like it's like everybody's cheering, high-fiving, because every game matters. Because even if it's a blowout, you still want to see that final score because you have a chance to win, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's fun.
So couple things I wanted to touch on. We got PED suspensions in baseball. We saw, Jurickson Profar for the Braves just got suspended again.
Idiot. Yeah.
He's pretty much done, right? Like nobody's gonna. He's like the Steve Howe. Remember Steve Howe from back in the day that like got suspended like 7 times? He was a pitcher.
Josh Hamilton.
This was a guy in like the 80s, but like he started like the Major League Baseball. Like, all right, we need to crack down on these guys because this guy is like doing some crazy stuff, and it was like nonstop. So, but Jurickson Profar suspended a whole season now. It's his second offense, so full season, 162 games. So like,
He's kicked off the
that's
WNBA
crazy.
team.
Unpaid, right?
Unpaid.
I would think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, rough.
So
I mean, he's a baseball player, so he's already made his money, but still,
you would
like,
think,
Jesus,
yeah, you would think,
yeah.
But like, he was somewhat young, right, when he went to the Braves. So I can't imagine he's. I would think the Braves would release him at this point because this is the second time in 2 years, basically. So it's just, and then John, our buddy, Mr. Johan Roas, like
yeah.
of all people to get suspended for performance enhancing drugs.
Well, hey, I think the Phillies might have a problem. You got Alvarado last year, Rojas this year, and who else last year?
Max Kepler.
Yeah,
Max
Kepler. We've had 3 players in the last year get suspended for PEDs.
But they're not even taking the right drugs because they're not any better. They're not any better. Like, if you're going to take performance-enhancing drugs, have it enhance your performance.
It's like a Mark McGuire type.
Yeah, you got to go
Barry
back
Bonds.
to the McGuire Bonds days.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Rojas with a neck like that. That's what I want.
Like where he looks like he's wearing shoulder pads, but
yeah,
no, they're just my trap. They're just my trap.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I want to see.
We got to get Ro Ass on this podcast now that he's got plenty of time.
Well, yeah, he got free time. I mean, he sure as hell wasn't practicing his hitting. But like, what's he gonna do? Be like a super bunter now? Like he's gonna bunt the ball really well? Because he sure as hell can't hit.
It's okay. This allows Justin Crawford to go unimpeded, just be the center fielder from the start, and it's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna love him.
Yeah. Oh, I already love him. I mean, he sure as hell wasn't gonna get any competition out of Roas. You know, the only thing Roas was ever good at was he was a speed demon on the bases. If he could get on the bases, but he could never get on base. Like that was the problem. Mm-hmm. You know, and he was good in the field, but you know, I guess that was all the PEDs were for. But they probably gave him an ultimatum when they sent him down to AAA last year, and they were like, "You got to get your hitting under control." He was like, "All right, pump me up with PEDs, and I'm going to start hitting bombs." And then he probably hit one ball that went like 200 feet, and they're like, "Oh, drug test him. That's not normal. We got to drug test him."
Normal.
You know,
he made one out of the infield.
Yeah. He hit it out of the infield. Drug test him. That ain't good. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane, man. But like, maybe they looked at it as we're not going to have baseball next year, so I might as well try to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
I don't know.
Very good point. That's probably what a lot of guys' mindsets are, especially like contract year guys.
Yeah.
Like you really gotta show out. You don't know if you're gonna get in that paycheck next year or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bo Bichette's set up. I mean, you're getting paid what, $40 million this year to play for the Mets and on a 1-year deal. Like, as much as a Phillies fan, and I'm sure you're the same way, Ben, being like you were linked to him for a little bit too. Like, I'm okay not spending $40 million on 1 year on Bo Bichette. I'm good with it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. He's an interesting one because he's like good and like he's got former Red Sox ties. He was conceived in Boston. It's the craziest story. I don't know if you guys ever heard this story, but one time, I think it might have been the first time he was playing at Fenway, he hit a home run over the monster, and it went into a gym where his parents met.
That's weird.
Because Dante Bichette used to play in Boston, and that's where he met his wife, Bo's mother. But the fact that he hit a home run and the ball goes in that gym onto Lansdowne Street is like, that's just like movie like stuff right there. Like, I can't even believe that.
I got a fun fact for you. And I wish I could, I would have brought this out for Paul's lamer game segment, but I have a Dante Bichette rookie card from the Rockies back in 97 when he started down there, or when the Rockies started. And that was like my guy. Cause I remember it was funny because the Marlins and Rockies came into the league the same season. I had Dante Bichette and Jeff Conine and Jeff Conine wasn't a rookie, but he was on the Marlins. So like, it was like their first year cards. And so when you brought up Dante Bichette, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that was Dante Bichette from the Rockies way back in the day.
Oh yeah. I could go on forever with old-timey baseball players. That's not even that old-timey.
No.
I mean, 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
But
I know. We're all getting old.
You
So
make
he's
me
getting
old,
there.
Ben.
Not as old as
Yeah.
Paul. That's why he's not here. He had to get
This is
sleep.
true.
But, so real quick, I wanted to touch on NFL free agency, since that's getting ready to kick up. And Ben, I know you've been salivating for, I don't know, the better part of 4 months on if your Patriots are going to make a trade for one AJ Brown. What do you think, man? Because like the rumors have come out recently that the asking price is way too high. That's what everybody's saying. But I told you before, I don't think Howie even entertains it without a second round pick in there. But it seems like they want a first round pick, a third round pick, and a fifth round pick in any combination. In any combination. So I don't know. We'll see. But what are your, if you had to guess right now, if you had to say yes or no, if somebody puts you on the spot, life depends on it, yes or no, do they trade for AJ Brown?
This moment?
Yep.
I will say at this moment, no, given everything that you said. The money, the amount of picks that it would take. I mean, there's been reports that they could pair him with Diggs, or they could trade him in a deal with Diggs, or they're going to release Diggs to allow them to get A.J. Brown. Like, if they can make the money work, I want to make it work. I still think AJ's got some good years in him. I think get him with in this offense, he'll be the number one. Obviously, he won't have to worry about targets too much, and I think his head will be screwed on a little bit tighter, playing under Vrabel again as well. But I don't know. We got to see. We got to see who ends up getting cut. Like one name that popped up today, Kyler Murray. He's getting cut. Where's he going? Miami?
Well, I heard Miami. I heard that's an option. I also saw Trey Hendrickson did not get franchised, so he's a free agent. Kenneth Walker III did not get franchised, so he's a free agent. So like, there's going to be a lot of guys out there in the next couple days that are going to be available in certain positions, and who knows if I also saw a rumor out there that's like, oh, well, if the Eagles trade AJ Brown, they might sign Mike Evans because Mike Evans is opting out of Tampa Bay, or he's a free agent, right? So I'm like, if I'm Tampa Bay and they said, and Mike Evans said he wants to play one more year, why wouldn't you sign him?
Yeah.
Like, let him finish his career as a Buck.
Little
Like, why
loyalty
would you
there.
want that? Why would you want that? Like, would you want your all-time leading receiver? Guy had what, 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons or 11 straight? I think he hit 11 straight, right? Wouldn't you want him to finish his career as a Buck? I did see the stat, and I don't know if you guys saw it. So Mike Evans has 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons, but he is still Justin Jefferson career receiving yards away from Jerry Rice. So think about that.
Wow.
Mike Evans has been in the league for that long, and he has that many 1,000-yard seasons, but you still need to add Justin Jefferson's career receiving yards to even sniff Jerry Rice.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So when we talk
That's the
about
goat
goats in
right
other
there.
sports, exactly. I was just getting ready to say, when
Mhm.
we talk about goats in other sports, there's no debate in football. The GOAT wide receiver of all time is Jerry Rice. And it'll never be matched.
Yeah.
I know Moss was good. I know T.O. was good. They're not in the same stratosphere as Jerry Rice.
I'd say those are the top three, and then Larry Fitz is going to be 4, and then it gets kind of murky after that. We'd have to have some debates on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets deep there. Trying to think who else would be up there. I don't even know.
I mean, if Antonio Brown didn't have major CTE, I feel like he would have gotten there, but you know, CTE.
Yeah,
I'd have to stop and think and look up some catches,
That's
some yards,
what I'm
and
trying to
touchdowns.
think, like,
yeah, I mean, look, you got the same thing. I mean, Megatron would have been on that list, but he was really short.
There's number 5.
Yeah.
There's number 5. Yep.
Because he was
Good
so
call,
dominant. But then you look at his he played 8 years, I think 7 or 8 years. He probably had 7 years left, but like He started getting banged up and nicked up.
He retired way too soon.
Yeah, I think he was 28 or 29.
I think he would have challenged, or I don't want to say challenge, but I think he would have gotten pretty close to Jerry Rice, because who knows how long Stafford would have stayed around, or maybe if they moved him to a different team, like if someone just gave up like a loot of picks and whatever to get him. But he was well on his way. It's a shame though, because like the injuries. I mean, I don't even know if he dealt with any major injuries, but guys like Luke Kuechly, Patrick Willis, like you would think, like I'm sure they like love football, but like when you get to a point, like sometimes you really just got to make a decision. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Luke Kuechly is going to be able to speak in like 5 years with all the concussions he had and everything. When his Hall of Fame speech, like when he got inducted, or like when they knocked on his door and everything for the Hall of Fame, he didn't sound too good. Like he didn't sound good at all. So,
oh man,
you know, and he's not that old.
I was saying he's still young.
No.
I mean,
he's in his 30s.
Yeah, I was saying he's younger than I am.
Yeah, he's in his 30s, and
he's already in the Hall of Fame. Just goes to show how good he was.
He was dominant, but like, and if you look at his career versus everybody else's, like his career, I think he was only in the league like 9 years, 10 years, something like that. But like, you know, you think about Urlacher, 15 years, and like a lot of these like Hall of Fame linebackers, like Kuechly could have been. He might not even have hit 10 years. He might be less than that.
I think he was like only 7 or 8.
I would say I think he is less than 10.
Yeah. But yeah, he didn't sound good at all.
You get guys like, I think it's London Fletcher. What is he, like 20 years or so?
Yeah. Bobby Wagner.
Have to look that
Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. There you go, right there. Like, and he's still like one of the best too. He's just gonna be like one of the best until he's all done.
Yep.
Which is not like, it's a testament to him. Like one of the best linebackers ever.
Yeah, I give those guys kudos for that stuff, man. Like, especially playing that position, running downhill all the time, making those tackles.
Yeah.
Like,
you get a concussion every play.
Yeah.
Imagine that. How many snaps? You get like 80 concussions a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and you can still go.
They literally say a lineman is like getting in a car wreck at like 18 to 20 miles an hour every single snap.
Oh yeah,
is what it's like equivalent to, and I'm like, geez.
Well, that's why a lot of those offensive linemen, like you saw Jason Whitlock, and you look at Jason Kelsey. Kelsey lost like 65, 70 pounds since he retired. Like a lot of those offensive linemen shrink down because their bodies can't handle that weight anymore. Because they're not. Yeah, they're not training. Wilfork looks like a completely different person.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And that dude outran Tom Brady in a 40-yard dash when he was that big too.
Yeah,
which is even crazier.
That's
crazy. Are you stating right now that Vince Wilfork was better than Tom Brady at football?
No, I am not.
What I heard.
But Vince Wilfork said himself he was always the third string emergency quarterback in case anything catastrophic ever happened.
That's awesome.
Dude's just an athlete.
Christy, what do you think your Titans are going to do? You think they're going to make a splash in the draft?
Oh my God!
They have a lot of cap space too, right?
Yes, and it's like I said, I've got a guy here who's a regular of mine. His name's Scott, and him and I are like the only Titans fans in the area. And we talk about this all the time and what they're going to do. And that, I mean, I've heard receiver, I have heard defense, and everything else except for offensive line, and that they're going to look for that later in the draft or hopefully trade for that. So I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I need to jump ship and find a different team after 40 plus years. But I'm so frustrated, and it's just, I don't even know anymore. I don't get my hopes up. I kind of feel like I'm like a Dallas Cowboys fan, and like I'm never gonna win anything ever again. Sorry, Steve. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can axe me on this one. Just don't subtract points from the NBA pod for that. But I mean, it's.
It's gonna be like around the horn. He's gonna mute you.
I know.
Hit the button and mute.
I'm going piss and vinegar tonight, man. I got Ben. I got Steve. You Philly guys.
Hey, she's throwing shots at everybody.
No.
You get an insult. You get an insult. You get one.
I'm the Oprah of our podcast. No, but yeah, I literally like football has taken such a back seat for me between the NBA and baseball has just always been my number one love. So you can only take so much disappointment. That's why I feel bad for Cowboys fans sometimes too. Like, how long can you take a beat down, before you just give up on
Yeah.
the team?
Yeah, just say you give up.
And lose
You
it.
Throw in the
gotta-
towel.
Yeah.
You just got to be like certain Cowboys fans and fill the time editing podcast episodes. It's much better use of your time.
More shots
It is.
fired.
Honestly, I think, listen, if you're struggling that bad, I think you should start a petition that Titans fans and Jets fans should just combine teams and then suffer in misery together. And look, between the two of you have, I think, 4 first-round picks. You're going to screw it up at some point, right?
Right.
So, like,
right.
you're bound.
See,
One
Kyle,
of you, yeah.
Right.
I get it.
Like, again, number 1 draft pick. What are you going to do with them? Screw them up. Don't put a line in front of them. Let him get hurt. Let him go somewhere else and do phenomenal.
Yep.
That's what we're good for. So.
Well, look, as an Eagles fan, I mean, we'll take whatever defensive guys you don't need on that defensive line because we got some aging guys that we're not gonna re-sign, and
don't worry, we'll get Max Crosby and everything will be all right.
We might.
And then we'll hear everyone say, "How do you guys have cap room for Max Crosby? What does Howie Roseman have on the rest of the league?"
You know what he has? I'll tell you what he has. He has an owner that is willing to pay that money up front.
Yeah.
Other owners are not because they're too cheap. So the way Jeffrey Lurie thinks, if I give Howie the money to do this stuff up front, we'll pay these players up front. You can back end the contract, and I'm going to make that money back in X amount of years before we have to pay out those contracts. That's basically how it works, and that's the strategy that he does. Everybody's like, "Oh, Howie's much smarter than every other GM in the league." No, he just has a more willing owner to pay that money. Like, that's all it is. There's not many owners out there that are willing to do that. And they all make the same amount of money. Like, you can't tell me Robert Kraft does not make as much money, if not more, than what Jeffrey Lurie makes.
Oh, he has to make more. Has to make more.
Oh, he does. Absolutely.
And Jerry Jones is another one. Like, Jerry Jones makes more money. His team is the most valuable team in all of sports. And he wants to pocket all that money on his own instead of fronting some of that money up. I mean, that's why Pickens, I guarantee you, Pickens sits out the whole year. They've already said Pickens might hold out because he wants a long-term deal. He's getting paid, I said $28 million, I think it is, and he got tagged.
Yeah.
And he's getting paid $28 million, and he's going to hold out because he wants a long-term deal.
Don't tell Steve that. Don't tell Steve that.
You imagine turning down, like, pretty much saying $28 million is not enough. What?
Yeah, that's just crazy.
That dude is fun to watch, but he has got one too many loose screws up top.
Oh, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. He fits in perfect with all the Dallas Cowboy receivers that have ever played. He fits in perfectly into that regime. CeeDee Lamb is probably the most normal Cowboys receiver that they've ever had. But Michael Irvin, Des Bryant, and George Pickens are all 3 in the same pod. All 3.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Hey,
probably true.
Don't forget about Cole Beasley. Come on, Kyle.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. I low key like Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley reminded me, I liked him better when he was on Buffalo. But he was like Julian Edelman / Danny Woodhead / Wes Welker, just one of those
3
guys.
Patriots right in a row.
I did it on purpose.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a Green Bay reference, a Don Beebe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Who also I felt like was better on Buffalo. Just saying.
Buffalo. Yeah.
But
all right, now we all got to name more 5'0" slot receiver white guys. Let's go.
Jeremy Bloom. Jeremy Bloom played for the Eagles. Olympic skier, and he was like 5'8".
Jeremy Bloom. Wow.
Fast as hell. He returned punts too.
Yeah.
Went to Colorado. Look at that. Look at that knowledge. It's just random knowledge, Chrissy. Wow. It's just random stuff in my head.
I feel your pain.
It doesn't help me in life, but it's just sitting up in my head.
I always call it the vault of useless.
We're here for it.
Before we land the plane, as Paul likes to say, we're going to do Paul's favorite topic of lame or gain. And for this particular topic, I'm going to go to my cousin John here because John showed us something before the pod started, and it blew my mind because I had never saw these before. And Ben, I don't know if you've ever saw these, but look at these things. Shackalicious. Extra
Shackalicious
large
gummies. Extra large gummies. Gummies from the biggest kid in the candy store, Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. About 2-inch size, big old gummy candy.
Wow.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Not the best, but manageable. I recommend.
Now, what are the flavors? What are the flavors?
They have, these ones are peach, berry punch, and orange. And they also have sour ones, but I didn't get the sour one. But
why not?
But you literally have to pop Shaq's head in your mouth every time.
Well, because I mean, this whole I couldn't put seriously, I couldn't put down 2 bags of these. I wasn't picking up 2 bags of these. That's a lot. It's like 3 pounds of gummies.
We're gonna give that a double gain.
I think so. I think so. It caught me by surprise. I was not expecting to see that. Like when he was eating gummies, I was like, "It's John. He eats gummies." I mean, it is what it is. I've seen.
Maybe we can get
gummies are
a little
so
sponsorship.
big that he has to bite them in half. Like what gummy do you have to bite in half? Normally, you just pop them in your mouth.
Yep.
Here's a question: Who's been, aside from Shaq, because I don't think anyone's close, who's been the most like marketable athlete post their career? Because I feel like it's Shaq. The dude like does everything.
Joe Namath.
I mean, Michael Jordan had the Jordans when he was playing. Come on, like that was already a thing. I'm talking post career.
Joe Namath.
Joe Montana. Joe Montana was in a few commercials too.
Yeah,
he's been in a few commercials. But yeah,
he was
I
in the
think
Skechers commercial.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does the Skechers. Yep.
Yeah.
I think most marketable has to be Shaq because of all, like literally, Car Shield, Papa John's,
the General.
The general. The
general. Yeah, that's a great one.
It's just he's everywhere. He's absolutely everywhere. And like, did you ever see his portfolio? They said that he owns like so many gyms, like Papa John's, like Starbucks. Like he owns so many different businesses too. It's absolutely ridiculous. Smart guy, man. He uses money and he did it wisely. He invested in all the right stuff. And if he didn't invest in it, you don't hear about it because you only hear about all the stuff that he invested in that was good.
Yeah, I remember hearing him talk about one time he got sick of just sitting in meetings and having all these like agents and lawyers like talk all this game to him. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to learn what you guys are talking about and I'm going to do this all on my own. And clearly he's done it and then some.
You know, the other one that I just thought about was his partner on the NBA stuff. It's Barkley. Barkley was on Capital One for like 20 years. You know, like
that's a good one.
And like turning basically like what he's done on the NBA on TNT. Like he makes that. Like he's been awesome for 20 years. So
their dynamic on that show is like must see TV as far as like that goes because they're just going back and forth.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And watching Kenny run to the board, that's the best part of I miss that.
Yeah.
You know, big old knock-kneed Kenny there trying to make a run for the ball time. So
the best was when he knocked Shaq into the tree.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Tree that time. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it didn't even affect Shaq at all.
No. Love it. All right, well listen. This has been fun. We talked about a lot. And Paul, we missed you, but not too much. You know, just got to say that. I had to take shots at you since Chrissy took shots at everybody else. Figured we had to spread the wealth a little bit.
Sorry.
So,
yeah.
You know, but that's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll probably have another full crew next week. So appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Take care.
Peace.
Adios.